Man, I had heard about the beauty of Rio de Janeiro, one of the most beautiful cities in the world. And here we are, I think, at the spot that everybody climbs and sees this backdrop at the back. You know, it's good to see such talented artists, but it's sad to see them having to sell on the street. This guy that we just passed, very good artist. Rio de Janeiro, a city that hums with life, sweat, and salt air. The rhythm hits you before the plane even lands. Samba in the streets. Waves crashing on Ipanema, the smell of grilled meat drifting through the air. But for all its beauty, Rio is a place that demands respect. You don't stroll through it carelessly. You stay sharp, eyes open. You move like you belong, even if you don't. You don't flash your phone, your wallet, your gold chain, because Rio has got a way of reminding you that paradise and chaos share the same sidewalk. You take Uber instead of a random taxi. You stick to neighborhoods where the music plays and the lights are bright. Copacabana, Ipanema, Leblon. You don't wander too far uphill unless someone who knows the way is leading you. At the beach, you bring only what you can afford to lose. Maybe a few reais, a towel, and some sunscreen. You keep one eye on the ocean and one on your bag. And at night, Rio comes alive in a way that's almost too much. The laughter, the rhythm, the heat. But even then, you keep your wits about you. You dance, you drink, but you don't get careless. Because staying safe here isn't about fear. It's about respect. Respect for a city that's as raw and real as it gets. A place where beauty and danger dance together, barefoot on the sand, under a sky that never sleeps.
Can you please make video of those flowers? It is the famous Christ the Redeemer, that big statue that we have here in Rio de Janeiro. So famous, right?
You know, when we first got here to the beach, one of many beaches, I said to Elci, you know, I think we need to move here. 1 hour later, I say, you know, I think we could live here for about 2 or 3 months. Just now, I just said to her, you know what? Maybe we could live here for about a week. Everything gets old fairly quickly, right? So that's my experience of Leblon. And we're yet to even look at Copacabana, but I like this beach a lot. I don't think the other Copacabana is going to be as nice because that is much more wide, many more buildings, the boulevard is much wider, etc. Here you got a lot of things happening. I like this beach.
I'm glad that the sun showed up, right? Very good. Now it's more exciting to be here.
this is Punjabi music playing in Ipanema, Rio de Janeiro. Check this out. Punjabi music, alive and well in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil.
Well, that's one for the money, two for the show. If you got it, I know, won't get to go, but don't you step on my blue suit shoes. Vou te convidar para beber a caipe de artista, a melhor da região, tá? O resto é foca.
The statue of Tom Jobim is a very famous composer from Brazil.
One of the best pieces of advice that I can give you is when you come to Rio de Janeiro, do what we did, which was probably the best decision we made. We hired a taxi driver who was born and raised in the city and hired him for the day to take us to all the major landmarks that Rio de Janeiro is known for. This way, we didn't have to worry about looking for them, didn't have to worry about getting lost, didn't have to worry about parking, etc. So Elci had to go back to be with Bella because Bella was starting to cry with the taxi driver. So I'm standing here alone, but take a look at this view behind me. This is something I've dreamt about ever since I was a kid. Ever since I first saw this in pictures 50, 60 years ago. And I can't believe I'm actually here. Absolutely beautiful. And this Mirante or viewpoint, as they call it, the taxi driver said it's much better to come here because you get a much overall view of the city and Christ, the Redeemer statue, versus going to the statue itself, because when you go up to the statue, all you get to see is his feet. You don't see the whole statue. So this here is the Escadaria Selarón. It's a very famous landmark in the central district of Rio de Janeiro, and it is named after a famous artist. I believe he was from Chile. What he did was he gathered ceramic tiles from all over the world and he attached them to these set of stairs. And today, people from all around the world stand in long lines to take selfies. However, you can do exactly what we did. We bypassed the lines and walked almost to the top and back. Excuse me. So this is the famous stairs called Escada Lapa. The neighborhood is Lapa, but it's something else. Scaleron or something like that. But nice place to come and visit if you're in shape.
But you get tired.
But You can walk all the way up, not a problem. I just don't want to hassle with the crowd, especially with Bella.
I cannot go up all this way, it's too far.
See, it tells us both that we need to exercise when we get back home. We're both out of shape. Bella, are you out of shape? No, not you. You know, it's much easier to take a video and then take pictures out of the video with a screen grab. But if you ever come to Rio, you have to come and visit this place. It's just a...
Selarón, que era artista chileno.
Ah, ok, tá bom, obrigado.
So this is not weekend, that is not high season, and even though it's a lot of people, imagine. Whoa.
Imagine the weekend and during the high season, right?
Yeah.
There's the name, Escadaria Selarón, right?
Yes.
You know, I thought traveling with Bella would be a bit of a hassle, but honestly speaking, we've been traveling now almost a month with her, and truthfully, there has been no hassle. There have been one or two times where it's been inconvenient, shall we say, but not a hassle. So if you're an owner of a pet and you want to travel by car to any of these places that we've been to or here in Rio de Janeiro, should not be a problem. The hotel that we are staying at, very nice hotel, and they did require us to present documents that she's been vaccinated. They had some rules that you cannot let your pet walk around the hotel. You have to actually physically carry your pet with you, and the same thing for common areas and obviously restaurants and things like in the hotel. You cannot take your pet. Another thing that was mandatory is you cannot leave your pet in the room while you go wandering about the city. You have to take your pet with you because they don't want the dogs and stuff to be making a noise for the other guests at the hotel. So, that's about traveling with dogs.
Então, a gente que assiste TV ouve muito falar dos morros do Rio de Janeiro, que são perigosos, que tem muito roubo, assalto. Mas o nosso taxista ele está dizendo que não é assim, que lá eles têm leis e eles proíbem que os moradores pratiquem roubos ali, justamente para não ter essa má impressão dos morros. Então não é perigoso como a gente pensa. Será?
So our taxi driver Andre just said that in one of these communities that he lives in, the boss of the let's say the cartel, let's say the boss, the dono, is a friend of his. So I told him it's always good to have 5 or 6 friends, one a doctor, one a policeman, one a lawyer, maybe a dentist, and one a boss of a cartel. You never know when you'll need any one of those guys, right?
Água gelada!
Yeah, Bella, drink some water. Yes.
So yesterday I walked a long time in the sun. Look how my skin is. And here, I'm really red.
Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis. He looks like him. Elci and I discovered that this city is made up of many high-rise buildings and residential condominiums. So if you want to live in an exciting tropical city that's going all the time, much like New York City, I think Rio de Janeiro would be perfect for you. especially if you don't mind living in a high-rise condominium. We also wanted to see what the best shopping mall in the city looks like, and so we headed on over to Shopping Leblon, which is located in one of the nicest neighborhoods in the city called Leblon. In this beautiful mall, Bella, Elci and I discovered something called air conditioning, which in this humid and hot city was a welcome relief. Moreover, this shopping mall had some amazing stores, great restaurants, where we ate some food, walked around, and made some friends. However, there's one advice I would give you. If you visit this mall with a pet, be advised that none of the restaurants will let you enter with your pet. Even sitting by a table by the fence and having your pet outside was not allowed. So we had to actually buy our food to go and eat it in one of the chairs located in the middle of the mall. Oh yeah, Elci.
Look at that. Beautiful, right?
That looks very good.
Yes. I went to the bathroom and I looked at my face in the mirror. I am really red. And tomorrow I will be really brown.
You know, I've had a lot of opportunities in my life to hang out and have fun at night in various countries all over the world, and I've been to over 30 of them. So this vlog would not have been complete without me at least experiencing some of the nightlife here in Rio de Janeiro. So I talked to the concierge of our hotel and asked him if he would arrange for a taxi cab guy who knows the area to take me around to an area called Lapa, which comes alive at night. So this is exactly what this taxi driver did. He took me to Lapa. I did not get out of the car for the most of the time, but as we were about to come back to the hotel, he said, "Come on, man, we have to walk around at least a little bit." So we got out, and this guy, I'm 5'8". He was 6'2", big guy. He was walking right behind me, so people were looking at us almost like he was my bodyguard. So I had no problems bringing out my cell phone and filming all of this that you're looking at. Bottom line is, I wouldn't have done that if I was walking alone, or if I had, I would have been very discreet about it. But if you're in big groups like this, there's safety in numbers. I did not feel afraid, even for a moment. But my advice to you would be, blend in, appear confident, take whatever videos or photographs you need to take really quickly, and then put your stuff away. And then before anybody has a chance to know that, there goes a gringo with some money, get out of there. So that's what I did. This is the magic of Rio de Janeiro.
Retiree.